Welcome to lesson 27, managing the transactions, the timelines, the deadlines, and communication. Now the contract is signed, your buyers are excited, and you now have approximately 30 days to coordinate 6 different parties, track a dozen deadlines, manage your buyers' anxiety, and get everyone to the closing table without a disaster. Transaction management is where many promising deals fall apart. Not because of the market and not because of the buyers, because someone dropped the ball on a deadline or went silent when communication was needed the most. Today, we are building the system that keeps every deal on track. So 4 reasons to take this as seriously as any other skill in your practice. Most problems are preventable. The overwhelming majority of deals blow-ups trace back to a missed deadline, a forgotten follow-up, or a communication gap. Systems prevent all of these, not some of them, all of them. Clients judge you by the process. A client may forgive a difficult negotiation. They will not forgive a closing delayed by 2 weeks because you did not follow up with the lender. The process is a core component of your service. You are the conductor. A single real estate transaction involves a lender, maybe a title officer, an inspector, an appraiser, the other agent, your lawyer, and your clients, all operating on different schedules. Someone has to make sure they are all moving in sync, and that someone is you. Smooth transactions generate referrals. The client whose deal closed on time, with clear communication at every step and no unpleasant surprises, is the one who sends you 3 friends. Let's look at a transaction timeline, and let's use a 30-day buyer side transaction. Days 1 through 3 is where you get your deposit and you give that to the other brokerage or the escrow company, and you make sure that that earnest money is deposited on time. It's in the contract, you know the time, it needs to be there. Send an introduction email to all the parties, listing the timeline, the key dates, and everyone's contact information. This single email sets a professional tone for the entire transaction. Let people know when the home inspection is due, when the financing contingency or condition is due. If there are other contingencies, let's all have the same timeline so that we know when things are due and they can be done on time. Days 3 through 10, the inspection period. You might have a home inspection and you have to get that inspection scheduled immediately. Good inspectors book quickly. Attend in person. Review the report with the buyers and negotiate any repairs before the contingency deadline. Days 14 through 21, the appraisal. If you have a financing condition, you may need an appraisal done. The lender orders this. Monitor the timeline closely. If the appraisal comes in low, you want a strategy ready before you call your buyers. This financing condition is dependent on the appraisal in many states. Days 21 through 28 is loan approval. Even though you've got all your ducks in a row, there is still the process of getting the loan approved. Follow up with the lender every single week. Do not wait for them to call you. Know the loan status at all times. Get permission from your buyer to talk to the loan originator. A financing surprise at this stage is the most dangerous possible development. And days 28 through 30, final walkthroughs and closing. You may have to go to the closing table. You may not have to go to the closing table. But you should be doing the final walkthrough 24 hours before closing. Make sure there's no damage to the home. Make sure that repairs are complete. Attend that closing walkthrough. 3 non-negotiable communication standards for every active transaction. Weekly minimum updates. The buyers want to know what is happening in an active transaction. They want to hear from you every week, even when nothing material has changed. I checked in with the lender today and everything is on track for our scheduled closing. Get in touch, get in front is a perfectly acceptable and genuinely valuable update. 24-hour maximum response time. During an active transaction, your clients are anxious. A buyer who sends a question and waits 2 days for the answer is questioning whether they made the right choice in selecting you. 3 times more 5-star reviews for agents who communicate proactively versus those who wait to be asked. This is not just about client satisfaction, it directly drives your referral pipeline. Communication during a transaction is not a courtesy. It is your most critical job. Action steps for lesson 27. Create a transaction timeline template, a checklist of every milestone from contract acceptance to closing. Build a digital transaction folder system, 1 folder per deal organized by document type. Write your weekly buyer update, email template, professional, warm, and sendable in under 5 minutes. Use a Word document or notes. Create these templates and have them available to copy-paste. Introduce yourself to a title or escrow officer this week. Make sure you understand which lawyers are being used. Build the relationship before you need any favors. 5. For any active transaction you are currently involved in, call every party this week and confirm where things stand. Proactive communication turns a complex process into a seamless experience. Smooth, well-managed transaction does something for your business that no marketing can replicate. It creates a client who says at the closing table, "That was so much easier than I expected. We're going to send everyone we know to you." That referral is worth thousands of dollars in the future. Commissions, and it starts with a timeline, a weekly email, and a Monday morning call to the lender. Lesson 28 is next. Inspections, appraisals, and common deal killers. How to keep your deals together when the hard moments arrive. We'll see you there.